Good morning, everyone. Chris Pomay here. Are you guys ready for Super Bowl 59 on Sunday, February 9th at 6:30 between the NFC champion Philadelphia Eagles, who are going for their second Super Bowl win in 7 years, and the Kansas City Chiefs are looking to be the first NFL team to three-peat and win their fifth Super Bowl championship in franchise history. The Eagles and Chiefs haven't met since November 2023 at Arrowhead Stadium in the regular season in Week 11, and the Eagles won that game 21-17 on the strength of 2 rushing touchdowns, but Jalen Hurts as well. And these teams met 2 years ago in Super Bowl 57, and the Chiefs escaped with a 38-35 win. But note, the Eagles were up 24-14 at halftime in that game. The biggest play of the game was Jalen Hurts made only one mistake in Super Bowl 57, and that was when he got sacked, fumbled the ball. The Chiefs picked it up and got 7 points, and that was the biggest play of that game. Coming into this game, the Eagles have won 15 out of their last 16 games, and they marched through to the Super Bowl through beating a very good Green Bay team, a very good LA Ram team that pushed them, and then they manhandled the Washington Commanders. And the Eagles in the playoffs are a plus 10. Plus 10. They haven't turned the ball over once in the playoffs. As for Kansas City, they took care of Houston and Buffalo in the AFC Championship games. A much easier road for the Kansas City Chiefs than the Philadelphia Eagles. And in the game against Buffalo, Patrick Mahomes had a fumble, and the Bills did get 7 points off of it. They did beat Buffalo 32-29. Kansas City just did enough in those games against Houston and Buffalo to win. I feel the Eagles are a much better football club than when they met in Week 11 of the 2023 season, and a much better club than 2 years ago. And the big reason why is a couple of players named Saquon Barkley, who should have been the MVP. He's on pace to break Terrell Davis's record of 2,476 yards rushing in a season from playoffs and regular season. All he needs is 30 yards for that. And also the big man, the big nose tackle, Jalen Carter, Nolan Smith, and they got 2 rookie cornerbacks who know how to shut down receivers, and Cooper DeJean from Iowa and Quinon Mitchell from Toledo. And Vic Fangio. I know Vic Fangio, lifetime against the Chiefs, is 0-8, but that was with Denver and Miami. And this is a much better football club, much better defense than Fangio had in Miami and Denver. I really feel the Eagles are a better football club. The only slight edge I would give to Kansas City would be coaching. I'd give a slight edge to Andy Reid over Nick Sirianni, just because Nick Sirianni has not won a Super Bowl yet. And special teams, I like Chiefs punter Matt Araiza, who the Bills cut, and Harrison Butker, who is Mr. Reliable. So I would say coaching Kansas City, special teams Kansas City, but I think Philadelphia has, and quarterback, I would give Mahomes a slight edge over Hurts, but Jalen Hurts in Super Bowl 57 outplayed Mahomes. Hurts in Super Bowl 57 had 304 yards passing, 70 yards rushing, 1 passing touchdown, 3 rushing touchdowns. So I still would give Mahomes a slight edge because he's won the 3 Super Bowls. Hurts hasn't won yet. So, quarterbacking, coaching, and special teams, Kansas City. But everywhere else, Philadelphia. Offensive line, Philly. Defensive line, Philly. Linebackers, Philly. Cornerbacks, Philly. And wide receivers. And that game in Arrowhead, in November of 2023, I believe, 2024, regular season week 11. The Chiefs did a nice job shutting down A.J. Brown, holding him to 1 catch for 8 yards, but Devontae Smith had 6 catches for 99 yards. So my 3 X factors for the Eagles in this game: Devontae Smith, I think, will be an X factor. I think Jake Elliott's had a rough year for the Eagles, was missing some field goals and some extra points. I think Jake Elliott's going to be an X factor. And the other X factor, if he can play in this game, is former Michigan Wolverines alumni and all-time Eagle great Brandon Graham, who had one of the biggest plays in Super Bowl 52 of the sack fumble strip of Tom Brady, which was recovered by Derek Barnett. And I feel the Eagles are a better football club than the Chiefs, and I think the Eagles are going to win this game 34-20. Saquon Barkley has been dominant the whole year, and You know what? I'd rather have Saquon win the Super Bowl and the Super Bowl MVP over the regular season MVP. So I really think Saquon is going to make a difference in this game. Buffalo's running back James Cook had 85 yards against the Chiefs on 11 carries. If Buffalo had stuck to the running game, they would have had well over 100 yards with Cook. So I know Kansas City hasn't given up 100 yards or more rushing in the last 18, 19 games, but they haven't met somebody as good as Saquon Barkley. And every game Saquon Barkley is good for 1 or 2 or even 3 touchdowns. So I've got the Eagles winning this game 34-20, and I think Jalen Hurts is going to cement his legacy. I think he's going to have a big performance, and I think Saquon Barkley is going to cap off his MVP type season with a Super Bowl championship and possibly a Super Bowl MVP as well. So I'm looking forward to this game. Eagles Chiefs 6:30. Please drop some comments here and let me know who you think is going to win, who you think is going to be an MVP, and as always, go Birds, EAGLES, Eagles.